sometimes I just get in these moods and I'm like, let's do some videos. This is Damien Nightwing here, the Widowmaker 97, your Canadian porn king, Canadian porn fan, Canadian friendly man from Canada, obviously, Alberta, the province of Alberta, in a small town that has many gas stations and many liquor stores, but that's about it. This is stuff you, new follower, you person who's followed me for 6 months, you who followed me for a year, you who followed me for 4 years. Some of this you know, some of you you don't know. Maybe you don't care. Hey, I'm just trying to keep you entertained while you're cooking that roast in the oven. You know, you're doing laundry. I'm pointing to my laundry area. Maybe you're washing dishes. Maybe you're doing something. And you just want to hear the ramblings of a middle-aged Canadian man who is a big porn supporter. That's why I'm here. Shout out to Alexis Fox, Kendra Lust, London River, Reagan Fox, Annabelle Peaks. It's ironic that all of them also have sexy feet, aside from everything else. Just saying. Maybe that's another video. It probably is another video. I don't work a lot. I'm lucky. I have a lot of money. Anyway, okay. I'm middle-aged. I could tell you how old I am. You're not going to believe me. You're just not. So, I'm not. Most people believe I'm in my mid-30s. So we're going to leave it at that. I shaved my head. I've shaved my head for many, many years. And I've gotten a lot more action shaving my head. I did have a mohawk a couple years ago, believe it or not. When I came to the small town, I had a mohawk. Yeah, so, yeah. Anyway, it's not fully shaved, so I'm not going to show you my bald head. But yeah, I had a bald head long before I even knew who Johnny Sins was. But I always knew who Bruce Willis was, and I knew his hairline was receding. So anyway, I'm a huge movie fan, like movies, Hollywood movies, superhero movies, action movies. I'm a movie collector. I'm a movie fanatic. When I was a kid, I grew up watching the Academy Awards, the Golden Globe Awards. I rented movies. I watched movies. I went to the movie theater all the time. Small town I currently live in doesn't have a movie theater, believe it or not. It's horrible. And the closest movie theater to where I am is 90 and 95 minutes away by car. And then my hometown, my home city of Edmonton, where I was born and raised most of my life, is about 2 hours and 15 minutes away. So I don't get to see a lot of movies. I don't drive. I'm a horrible driver. I'm a bad driver. I suck at driving. I don't feel comfortable driving. I have my license. I don't like to drive. And if I had to drive, it's an automatic, not a standard. I just don't like it. I don't trust other drivers. So I'm keeping people safe by not driving. I don't drink a lot. When I grew up as a late teenager, early 20s, I drank all the time. We all did, partied, had a good time. I'm not a big drinker now. I'm a social drinker. We just had a guys' night a couple nights ago. It was great. It takes a lot to get me drunk. But that's because I like to eat when I drink. I like to drink lots of water. I don't like to get trashed. So I'm not a big drinker. I don't smoke. I've never smoked cigarettes, even though my mom was a smoker, my dad was a smoker, and all my friends in high school were smokers. And most of the girls I dated were smokers. So I don't succumb to peer pressure easy or at all. So smoking was never my thing. And now I hate the way it smells, and smoking actually bothers my lungs. I'm not into drugs at all. I've never been into drugs. I've never done drugs, believe it or not. It's hard for people to believe that, especially those who know me, because I act weird and I can fly off the handle for no reason. I don't need drugs to do that. You give me a Big Mac and a vanilla milkshake and I'm yours. Like, what do you want me to do? You want to burn that house down? Let's burn that house down. I did lots of weird things in high school, as a teenager, as a young adult. I don't need the excuse. So even though I'm not a drug person, and I hate the way marijuana smells, I'm the most pro-drug person who doesn't do drugs you'll ever meet. I think all drugs, I'm not even kidding, all drugs should be legal. Regulate it. People can get prescription pills that do the same damage and effect as drugs. Just legalize it, tax it, get help centers, get treatment centers, figure it out. But I don't do drugs. And I'm not anti-drug that way. Big movie guy. Harrison Ford's one of my favorite actors of all time. Kevin Costner is one of my favorite actors of all time. Russell Crowe, Christian Bale, Denzel Washington, Bruce Willis, Mel Gibson, yes. Those are my favorite actors. Enjoy lots of their movies. Tom Hanks. Sharon Stone. Demi Moore, back in the day. Right now I'm big into Amy Adams. I think she's smoking. Celebrity crushes I currently have: Jennifer Lopez. Holy cow, Jennifer Lopez. Lady Gaga. Booty, booty, booty. I loved Madonna when I was a kid growing up. True Blue, Open Your Heart, Like a Prayer. Samantha Fox, if you know who Samantha Fox is. Touch Me, Naughty Girls Need Love Too. Had lots of posters of Samantha Fox. What else can I tell you? I love all kinds of music. Not a big country guy, but I'm into rock, mostly rock and roll, hard rock. Metallica, Van Halen, U2, Fleetwood Mac, Genesis, Nickelback. Yes, Nickelback. Motley Crue back in the day, Bon Jovi back in the day. I love the Foo Fighters. I loved Audioslave. I loved Linkin Park. I'm a huge music guy, like the Eagles, Genesis with Phil Collins. I like 70s stuff. I like 80s stuff. That's when I grew up. Billy Joel, Steve Winwood, all kinds of music. Janet Jackson, Bryan Adams, like all kinds of music. I'm just not a big country guy. But the country I did like, besides Garth Brooks and Shania Twain, was early 90s, mid 90s. Travis Tritt, John Michael Montgomery, Black Hawk, Alan Jackson. That's the country I liked. Dwight Yoakam. Rap, I was old school rap. I was a Canadian white kid who knew more about black music in Edmonton than most people did in Canada. Public Enemy, Kool Moe Dee, LL Cool J, Ice-T, Naughty by Nature, Belle Biv DeVoe, Heavy D and the Boys. That's the rap I grew up on. I don't mind rap now. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. Whoo! Oh, and Fergie. Whoo! I love Fergie. Fergie's hot. I'm a big MILF guy. MILF, Cougar, MILF, Cougar. I've always been that way. Even when I was a teenager, I had some good stories. MILFs, Cougars rule my world. They rule my porn fan world. They've always been that way. And now that I'm middle-aged, I like women who are my age and older. I'm not one of those guys who likes younger women. I've never liked younger women. I never have. I think there's too much of an age gap. I think there's too much of a mental thing. And I like women with experience. Very few young, like porn stars, get me going. Like Jill Cassidy is one of the few. Petta Jensen a couple years ago. There's a new one, Lacey Lennon, I think. Whew. But for the most part, I'm 90% over 30. Over 35, over 40. Been that way since 2005, 2005, 2006. Ava Devine, Naughty America. Woo! Ava Devine. I was a huge wrestling fan. WWF, WWE, WCW, NWA, ECW, TNA. Huge wrestling fan. Yes, I knew it was fixed. That's like fans of Star Wars. You don't think Star Wars is real, right? Like Lord of the Rings, you don't think that's real. Harry Potter, Twilight, I don't get that. Like porn, I know porn is filmed and edited. I know it's not real. So, anyway, I just enjoyed professional wrestling. I enjoyed it because I was a superhero kid, I was a comic book kid, and that was real life superheroes, especially when I was a fan. Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, Sting, Ric Flair. Woo! Hulk Hogan, to a point. Real life superheroes, the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, the Hart Foundation, the British Bulldogs. So I was a hardcore wrestling fan who I considered myself a smart fan, but I knew why. Like, Daniel Bryan didn't get the world title right away. Like, I knew the politics behind it, where I think a lot of wrestling fans who are on the internet and over 30 and 40 years old, they forget, they don't know that it's political, that Vince McMahon and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, they like pick and predetermine all these things. And wrestling fans will be like, I don't understand why Dean Ambrose, because Dean Ambrose sucks, because he's not a main eventer, because Seth Rollins sucks, that's why fucking Brock Lesnar's the champ and is holding the Universal title forever. Because fuck. It's about selling tickets. That's why John Cena was like the biggest star forever, because he sold tickets. If you're a wrestling company, you want to sell tickets. See, this video is getting weird. I'm a big hockey fan. NHL is my favorite sport. I don't mind the NFL, obviously. I'm a Saints guy too. New York Rangers are my favorite hockey team. Mark Messier was my favorite hockey player growing up. Edmonton Oilers, yada yada yada. I like to gamble. Favorite foods? I love Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is my life. I drink more Coca-Cola than probably any normal human being should. I'm not a big coffee guy. The only coffee I drink is French vanilla coffee. I drink that when I can every morning. Love it. And I've just started doing that in this small town. I like chocolate milk. Food. Hamburger Helper. I'm a bachelor. Hamburger Helper. I love cheeseburgers. I love bacon cheeseburgers. I love to make chili. I love to cook chicken, barbecue chicken, bacon and eggs. I'm pretty simple when it comes to food, even though I can cook lots of things. I'm a manager, I'm a kitchen manager, I'm a chef, I've been an architect. I've done many things in my professional work, serious career. And yeah, I own houses, I don't buy cars. Does that make sense? I owned houses in Edmonton. My job provided me a house to live in this small town. So I'm always been a house guy, not a car guy. That's why I don't drive. And what else can I say? I always smell good, like I really smell good. I haven't been in a serious relationship for a couple years. Sadly, most of the women I date or have fun with or friends with benefits are married. I don't know why. That's just how it happens. I'm not proud of it. I'm just, so you get a feel, like, you know. And the biggest reason I buy so much porn and have so much porn memberships isn't because I'm watching porn 15 hours a day. No. Like, on an average week, I might watch 2 hours of porn. Honestly. I download scenes, and certain stars get my attention, and I'll watch the scene right away, enjoy the scene, whatever, usually in a couple days. But I like to stockpile porn because I think, honestly, the United States of America is going to make it illegal eventually, because anti-porn and blah, blah, blah. But I like to pre-plan. Like, sometimes I'm lazy and sometimes I'm really busy. So I like to own it, because once I own it, it's mine, you know. So, yeah. Okay. I've never been married. I was engaged once. I do have kids. Twin boys. We'll leave it at that. And yeah, I'm usually a pretty cool guy. I think that's about it. I don't know what else I was going to say in this video, but it's almost 14 minutes now. I think I've covered everything. I like to dress casual. Blue jeans. Casual shirts and stuff. I don't mind dressing up every now and then. I like flip-flops. I like to read. A little joke in there for some of you. I love superheroes. I'm a DC Comics guy over a Marvel guy, even though I like Marvel. Let's leave it at that. Okay, if there's any other questions you have that I didn't cover, you want to follow me on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube. I'm not looking for money, okay? I'm just, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Never watch it. I don't care. That would just be nice. But if you want to interact, leave me a question. Be like, hey, Reed, did I just say my real name? Be like, hey, and ask me something. I don't know, whatever you want. Thanks for watching. Cheers. London River. Woo!